Welcome to Constellation. As a full member this time.
哦，这里有个人啊，你回来了，你好，你好，你好，你好。
I cannot wait to meet her. It's been ages since Constellation has had someone new. I wonder what she's like.
Just go easy on him. Being interrogated by a kid ain't exactly the best way to make a first impression.
I'll limit it to the really important stuff, Dad.
This does not bode well. And you must be the latest poor fool to get dragged into our dysfunctional little
帽子不
family.
错，这家庭你们是亲戚吗？
No. Funny story, caught this one stealing my ship. Only reason I didn't turn her in is because we have the same last name.
啊，
Dad.
All right. That's my one.
你一定就是萨姆科尔吧？那位自由星系联盟专家。
Whoa. I know a few dark sides of the Aquila moons, but if you're looking for deep history lessons, well, I'm gonna fall asleep before you do.
Trust me. Don't encourage him. Kuriko, by the way. Hi, hi.
嗨嗨，很高兴见到你，克拉。
Nice to meet anyone brave enough to fly the frontier.
Know a thing or two about spacecraft, do we?
Hey, don't spook our new friend. Frontier's a fine ship. Honest. Now, let's talk business. Sarah tell you about the expedition?
没怎么说。
Sure enough, that's where we're heading. The three of us are heading to Aquila, first settled planet of the Freestar Collective and, not coincidentally, the home of their capital, Aquila City. We'll land in the city's spaceports, but the frontier's our goal. It's rough country. Spawned a lot of stories. And I got a lead on a tale that makes me think one thing. Artifact.
关于阿基拉有什么我应该知道的吗？
Yeah, don't piss off the Freestar Rangers.
青
As
莲
far
游
as the
骑
collective
兵
is concerned, they're judge, jury, and executioner. They're the good guys, but
好的，
that don't make them any less dangerous. Outside that, just don't be an asshole.
准备好了，我们出发吧。
Okay. We'll meet you on board your ship. Talk more when we get there. Once we land on Aquila, it's gonna be
前
you
往阿
and
基
me.
拉城。
So if you want to do any freewheeling before then, Cora and I will just be riding passenger.
呜呼，阿基拉，我来喽！我来喽，你好。
All right, we're here. You ready? Because once we get started, I'm gonna be riding your tail till this is over.
那 Kara 她去吗？
She stays with the ship, usually. Got a few more years to go before I let her swill whiskey in
哎，
some
现在还是小孩
backwater
子，
bar.
走吧。
There's something you should know up front.
所罗门科
I'm a
尔
Coe. As in Solomon Coe, first man on Aquila. That tale I mentioned before, the one I think is connected to an artifact, it's something of a family legend. After planetfall, Solomon spent years mapping Aquila. And he found a tiny little patch of nothing on his sensors. The kind of nothing an artifact produces. He called it the empty nest. Said it was a place even the wildlife of Aquila wouldn't go.
为什么不直接通过扫描星球来寻找神器？
Because you'll find a whole lot of nothing. Gravitational anomalies are a little hard to pick up in an area with tons of starship traffic. Not to mention all the electronics from the city and security scramblers that the Freestar or smugglers out on the frontier put down.
所罗门科尔是你的祖先，你的家族创建了阿基拉城。
Yeah, and the Coes have been coasting on that for 10 generations now.
很老本儿。
Solomon's always a larger-than-life figure if you read the histories, but if you just listen to a few recordings of the man, he was simple. Just wanted to keep moving forward.
所以我们要先找到这个空巢，才能找到神器。
Solomon's maps are locked up tight in the local gal bank. We'll be heading there. We gotta get to that vault in Gal Bank.
你接下来有什么打
There's no
算？
next. I want to be exploring until they pry the boots off my cold dead feet. I mean, Cora will go to university, and the price tag there is scarier than any jam we've been in. But for me, my truest love is the next star, the next horizon.
你经历过很多战斗，
I've seen my fair share of scrapes. Actually, a triple share with a massive bonus worth. Some folks say I'm the luckiest man alive after making it through some real whoppers. But the trick is to always keep a cool head. Impulsiveness, fear, adrenaline, all those will get you jumpy. You get too jumpy, your target could be 5 in front of you and you'll miss every time.
克拉是怎么上学受教育的？
Cora has the complete top of its class learning videos and lessons.
学习很好
And
啊。
I have to occasionally do some of the old homeschooling. Fortunately, mainly it's the videos. Around when she was 7, she could already see the cracks in my knowledge. Come to think of it, I think she's doing an introductory college course in astrophysics. Not being graded, like, for fun. She's so weird.
你对探索是怎样的看法？
There's so many planets, moons, celestial phenomena out there. Most captains just sail through the Great Black, not even really looking, appreciating. A lot of the time, touching down on a virgin planet can be, well, uneventful. But every now and then, you see something no human has ever laid eyes on. That is what I live for. So long.
Hold it.
你好，
By order of Marshal Daniel Blake, I need to inform you we've got some trouble at Gal Bank.
发生啥事
Folks
儿了
might？be in danger, so you may want to steer clear.
我该怎么去盖尔银行
It's just behind me on the right. The place is on lockdown, so you should steer clear unless you can help out.
布雷克治安官负责安保工作。
Not usually, but he took charge of the situation because the bank robbers are part of the Shaw gang. The Marshal's had a lot of experience dealing with the gang, so he's calling the shots.
有啥问题？
Well, all I know is there was an attempted bank robbery and things went sideways. You'd have to ask the Marshal if you want the whole story.
如果是有人遇到危险，我希望能提供帮
I
助。
guess that'd be the Marshal's call. Frankly, it ain't going well. Looks to be a stalemate. Maybe a little outside help would do some good.
Well, I doubt those robbers are gonna let us leisurely peruse the Galbank vault. We better see if we can help move this situation along.
走，
You stay where I can see you, Marshal.
Can hardly walk 2 steps without running.
Keela City.
If you make a
Feels like I spent half my life trying to get out of this place.
You planning to tell me your demands at some point?
you find someone we can trust, and maybe we will.
Like who?
Not you, and not one of your rangers, and not these city guards neither.
What the hell am I supposed to do with that?
你
You
好，
need to stand back now.
Joke.
出什么事了？
It's a hostage situation. Now please get back, or I'll have the guards drag you away.
我来帮你的。
I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know you. Now please stand back.
Keela City at its finest, I see. Never a dull moment.
Well, I'll be damned. Sam Coe. Been a long time. I won't hold my breath about you being here to take the badge again. Listen, Sam, just so you know, I don't blame you for how it went down.
过去的
For
事
the
情。
others, though, you might get a different reception.
Thanks. I appreciate you saying so. But I figure some of that reception is owed. Still, I appreciate the sentiment, Marshal. It seems you got a situation. My friend here may be the answer you're looking for.
All right, Sam. I'll trust your judgment on this one. Some folks from the Shaw gang tried to rob the place, but they got spotted by a guard. They took everyone inside hostage, and now they're keeping a watch so we can't move against them. They're using the intercom to communicate.
肖邦，
It's a big group that hides outside the city and runs smuggling jobs off-world. They take in all kinds, rookies and veterans alike. Judging by their lack of preparation, I'd say this particular group is green as hell. Probably their first attempt at heist. That should work in our favor. Right about now, they're probably wishing they'd just stayed home.
按来说他们早该提出要求。
They won't talk to me. Say they don't trust the badge.
好，就由
They
我
want a
先
neutral
锋队来。
negotiator. In other words, they didn't have a plan for this, so they're stalling while they come up with one.
那你的计划是什么？
Without demands, I ain't got much to work with. About all we can do is wait and see.
也许我能和他们讲的。
All right, I'm willing to allow that. But a few things first.
您
Say
说
what you have to, but whatever they ask for, there's no way in hell I'm giving it to them. Also, there are lives at stake, so don't get cavalier. Find out what they want, and then report back to me.
Take it slow and steady. Look for every opportunity to de-escalate.
好的。
You got this.
Hey, you in the bank. I'm sending in a negotiator, so don't shoot.
Hands where I can see him, and don't try nothing. You're the negotiator, huh? If you think you're just gonna walk up here and get us to surrender, you're dead wrong.
你叫什么名字？
It's Jed. Jed Bullock.
很高兴见到你。
Well, ain't you polite? So tell me, stranger, how do I know you're gonna deal straight with us?
我向你保證，傑德，我只是想幫忙。
I don't know you, so why should your word mean anything to me? I see what you mean.
谈他们，
We're staying as long as it takes.
我保證。
Well, I guess you have a point.
嗯，
I'm so ready to get out of here.
难道你不想離開那裡嗎？
I'm already sick to death of this place. Okay, I can see you're not just the marshal's tool. You want what we want. A nice, happy ending where nobody gets hurt. So let's talk.
谈，人质情況如何？
They talk too damn much. Complain about everything. But as much as we'd like to, none of us has shot one yet.
告訴我你的訴
We
求
want。to guarantee a safe passage to the spaceport and a ship. We'll drop the hostages off somewhere safe in the system. After that,
某個安全
radio
的地
back
方。
where they are, and the marshal and his crew can come and get them. But if anybody
不太
follows
行。
us when we break orbit, we start shooting people. Got it?
我怎麼知道你會不會守
What,
信
you
用？
think we want to stay locked up in here? Hell no!
你們找飛船得花上
Oh
點時
hell, the
間。
Freestar Rangers have got ships. They can give us one of them. This whole damn job's gone wrong. It was supposed to be just a quick hit. Clean and simple, you know? So let's all try to keep our heads, yeah? Because my guys, they're going crazy in here. I don't
嗯，
know how much longer we can last.
和平解決還不算
What do you
太
mean?
晚。
None of us wants them. I can't stand all their whining and complaining. I just want all of this to be over. Yeah, that would be a lot worse. Maybe you're right. Nobody gets hurt, we won't have to rot in jail for the rest of our lives.
是的呀，
Nobody's been hurt, so maybe the judge won't come down too hard on us. Yeah, I think this has gone on long enough. You go tell the marshal we'll come quietly.
You'd make a decent ranger with the way you handled that.
OK， 解決了，解決了，回來了。哎，
Those guys are scared. I can tell. What's the word?
結束了，他們同意安靜的撤出來。
Well, I'll be a son of an Ashta. How'd you pull that off?
我說服了他們。
Considering those are Shaw's people, that's damn near a miracle. Here, you've more than earned this. You got us out of a tough spot, and you did it with courage that's not common. As a matter of fact, you might just be Freestar Ranger material. If you're interested, head on over to the Rock and ask for Emma Wilcox. She handles the new recruits.
好的，
I'm sure things will turn out
Alright.
just fine.
Now that lives aren't on the line, let's get back in Galbank, see if we can get those maps.
你好，找誰？我來了。
Right. The family has a few different deposit boxes secured in here, so let's look around. Here's a copy of the key.
哇，
Okay, now remember, Solomon was from an earlier generation, so it's not going to be on a slate. Big bundles of paper is what we're after.
那么多紙條，上來就找到了。
Oh, no. Jacob. Of course that old mule saw this coming.
雅各布是誰？
He's just a bitter old man, interfering in what's none of his business.
那看來得和他談。
There we do. I was hoping to avoid the estate when we landed. Cora's gonna be so mad.
為什麼科拉會生氣？
Because I told her we wouldn't have time to check in with her. Look, I was trying not to do this, okay?
和我說實話，雅各布是誰？
We really gotta do this.
說出來你心裡就踏實了。
Maybe.
反正我們也要去中原嘛。
You're not wrong. All right, fine. He's my dad, okay?
哦
We're not exactly on friendly terms. He probably figured I'd come for the maps at some point. Got ahead of me. Family business just wasn't something I wanted to get into, you know?
科拉呢？
God, that's the worst part. They're thick as thieves. Last thing I need is Jacob in her life. Let's leave it at that.
虽然这么说，但是还是带着他来到这里。
One thing's got nothing to do with the other. I was hoping for a quick in and out. No muss, no fuss. Turns out my luck didn't hold. Listen, there's gonna be a whole lot more of this ahead if I need to talk to my old man, so I'll try. But get ready for it.
哦，你好。哦呦，好稀薄
Well,
哦。
well. Sam Coe finally decides to darken our doorstep again.
You know why I'm here.
Oh? And what's that? You come to your senses? Realize where you ought to be for once?
I ain't asking again.
You ain't asked once. Let's hear it. I want you to say the words about what's more important to you than family.
Okay, this was a mistake.
The only mistake I'm seeing here is you. Bringing your Constellation lackey here instead of my granddaughter. Come to help Sam loot his ancestry? You're not getting those maps. Full stop.
你为什么这么讨厌对方
There's？ only one place a Coe ought to be. And it ain't out there in the Starfield doing Lord knows what. Putting our future at risk.
我和其他人一样有权使用那些地图。
I got just as much right to those maps as anyone else in this family.
That's exactly right, Sam. We all share Solomon's legacy. Only some of us are around to live up to it, and some of us aren't.
All right, that's enough. Come on, let's you and I talk. In private.
Welcome home, Sam. Make your visit short, okay? It's what you do.
啊哈，火气好大。来，咱俩谈谈。
Give me a sec. All right, let's talk options.
需要给你点时间吗？
No, I don't. It's just... It's been a while, but this is how it goes. Every time.
要用克拉吗？
No, no, no. I mean, this is no place for her, okay?
啊，
The less time she spends with Jacob, the better.
因为他和雅各布关系好是吗？
Yeah, like I said before, they're thick as thieves. Can you imagine what that bitter old mule would do to her head if she hung around more?
但是他能帮上忙噻。
Damn it. Fine. We'll go get her. I just... If there's any other options, I'd appreciate doing those first.
来吧。你好，
What is it this time, Constellation?
到底对群星组织有什么意见
You
啊
mean besides the fact that you're some independent group that doesn't know where your loyalties lie? Or are you referring to the fact that my granddaughter lives in your clubhouse rather than in her family home?
讲讲道理吧。
Well, that's not your decision, is it? It's co-property by birthright. It stays here.
群星组织只是想跟着所罗门的
You
工作
really。believe that, don't you?
那么是你的儿子，难道你不想帮他？
You think I'm not trying to help him? Can't believe I'm saying this.
老爷子还是很
But if I'll get you out
关
of
心
my
他的
hair,
儿子的。
then fine. You can have the maps. They're in the other room here.
哦，谢谢你。拿到了。走，出去！啊，让我出去！你还好吗，老爷子？
Us Coes have been in government for generations, making sure the Freestar Collective is run the right way. But getting said government to do anything worthwhile is like hurting Ashta. Takes perseverance, compromise, and above all, respect. You try to groom your successors, but wisdom's often wasted on the young.
Was that a subtle dig, Jacob?
怎么是个门啊！我的
It
天！
wasn't meant to be subtle, son.
你在政府做什么工作？
What didn't I do? I had quite a long career. I mainly made my name keeping credits and trade flowing. Never dull. Always a million fires need putting out.
听上去不是一件简单的事。
You can say that again. Back in my day, we tackled some whoppers. The colony wars damn near wrecked our economy. Took years of dedicated work, every day wondering if the whole financial system was gonna crater on our watch. But we got it done. Damn near had a nervous breakdown. Best years of my life.
殖民大战确实惨烈。
Never forget that it was the United Colonies' greed that started it all. So many terrors unleashed on the galaxy, and for what? Piles of dead? And it almost set us back centuries. Anyone trying to sell you that there's glory in war has never lived through one of them.
你确实很喜欢自己的工作。
Nothing worthwhile comes easy. It's the stuff that almost kills you, that makes you feel like you really lived. Well, I doubt you came to hear me wax poetic. What do you need?
在所罗门·科尔的成就光环下生活，你会有压力吗？
Hell no. I've got no control over the actions of those who came before me, and I don't feel beholden to them either. Solomon was a true pioneer and a risk-taker. I respect that. But I'm not him. I'm a man who appreciates the simpler joys in life. I'm no thrill-seeker, and I don't feel like I need to make my mark on the world. A highball of good whiskey, and a sunset to watch it with, it's all the accomplishment I need.
你为你的家族遗产感到骄傲吗？
Of course. Of course. Solomon Coe was a great man, no doubt about it. If it weren't for him, there'd be no Aquila City and probably no Freestar Collective either. And of course, the name comes with certain benefits around town if you
知道。
catch my meaning. I never turned down a free drink in Solomon's honor. Should have come my way. I guess it was nice talking with you.
All right, let's see if we can find the empty nest. All right, let me think. The way I heard it, the readings he was getting were normal at first, then they bottomed out.
这个帽子下的光
And
好
no
诡异啊。
creature, alien or otherwise, would dare step inside. There. Found it. Oh boy. That's a problem.
我们都应付得来。
Well, you ain't wrong. But let's take a look at what we're up against.
啥呀？
First, it's in the middle of the frontier, which we already expected. No problems there, but the usual tussling with alien wildlife. But the empty nest is a cave right in the middle of Shaw Gang territory. Same outlaws who held up Galbank.
他们在城市外是怎么生存的？
Criminal groups in Aquila always find a way. But they usually have to keep on the move to avoid the Ashta. Well, it could just be a coincidence that the cave we want happens to be where the Shaw Gang runs around. But something doesn't feel right.
哦，
Me too. But there's no helping it. We're gonna have to get through them and the local wildlife to get to that cave.
啊，行吧，走。
All right. This is Shaw.
Shaw coming back.
Shit! One down!
Even smugglers might take a shot at you if you invade their turf.
已经都打完了。
No idea what you're up against. Got another!
You might be able to break out those mining skills in a cave like this. Show me what you got.
哇哦！ 哟，再来一遍！哇哦！哦，
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Let's get going. Smugglers don't take too kindly with folk poking around their turf.
I think
Yeah.
that's far enough. Hate to put a hole in the head of Aquila's own prodigal son. Least not before we've had a word.
You must be Shaw.
What I am is disappointed. Samco in the flesh, and he's peddling around the
你手上
frontier with the
枪好
has-beens
沉的
of
感觉。
Constellation. Now you got past my crew, who I pay quite handsomely, I might add. Grabbed something from that weird cave. Probably whatever's been keeping the Ashta away. So, I'm down one hideout. Now,
你在干嘛
let's？ talk about what all that's worth to me. Your lives, your credits. One or the other, really.
祝福。
Oh, really? Let's hear it. Huh. The Shaw Gang's name in print outside a wanted poster does sound
对啊
nice. Tough talk. But you've backed it up so far, I'll admit. Fine. Get the hell out of here before I change my mind. I see you again. You're dead.
Ashta.
You. This is your fault. You better lend us a hand.
好，来了。
I guess I owe you
套
something for dealing with the Ashta. Take it and get lost.
啊，行，谢您。哎，那我走了。
Hey, we're back.
Captain,
Newest member
I
of our little
believe
family
your ship
pulled
will
through for us.
perform more efficiently
anyone hurt?
if you
You
bring
didn't let
me
Cora
on
handle the
board.
artifact, did you? We don't know what effects it might have on someone her age.
Relax. We're fine. Go ahead. Time for that artifact to meet its siblings. Just what are we building here?
I haven't picked up any kind of frequency or signal coming from it.
That doesn't mean much. This thing could be emitting something we can't even detect. As far as we know, we could be building a gigantic bomb that
巨
will
型
blow
炸
up
弹。
as soon as we finish it. Or maybe it's some kind of interstellar children's toy.
Why would either of those things give the Discoverer visions and music? It's a message. I'm sure of it.
We just have to hope that finding more of the pieces will give us some clue.
I hear that. Moving forward sometimes means fumbling around in the dark. I think Cora and I can use some downtime, but you let me know if you ever want to team up again. Oh, and since it tends to come up, me and my Rugrat co-pilot work as a team. That's non-negotiable. If I'm coming with,
Oh,
that means
好的。
Cora's on your ship.
来吧。
Why not? What do you think, Cora?
It's really nice to have more company. New stories, new data.
What? Data? All right. We're in. Let's see what the galaxy throws at us next.
Sarah's the best possible person to be running Constellation at a time like this. Focused, no nonsense, and dedicated.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line. Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett, not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome
谢
aboard.
谢，很高兴呢来这里。
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
艾伦克集团是什么样的公
We're
司？
most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards. And those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
那你觉得我看到这些东西有意义吗？
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this
当
sort
然
of
没有
thing,
吧
do you?
啊，你是问我以前有没有见过这类东
This
西？
or anything else?
那当然是没有
You'll
了。
have to forgive me. I don't know you as well as the others here. If you weren't so new to the group, I might already know the answer.
当然没见过啦。
I'll take your word on that. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
你在全新组织里的角色是什么？
Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in
确实得有
business
资
doesn't
金
mean
啊。
much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but
I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here. Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else. Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
准备好去探险了？
Always. Point the way and we'll be off.
都宝贝。
Switching me out for the big boss, huh? I see how it is.
Well, of course. How else do you expect anything to be done correctly?
Did they?
It's okay. I'm okay. I just need a minute. We left Sidonia looking for a better life, only to end up like this. It just ain't fair. I just need a real chance. But there's too little opportunity, and it's hard to compete with native Freestar folk.
为啥想离开这儿呢？
Got tired of living under the boot. The UC always tells you what to do and how to do it. If you're down, they want to keep you there. I thought maybe hard work and patience would lead to better things, but it became clear that that was never going to happen. The only way out was to leave the UC behind. So I brought the family here. Things aren't much better, but at least I don't have the piglets breathing down my neck anymore.
你现在咋样？
Moving out here cost a lot. Now we're barely getting by. It's impossible to save up anything so Liv can have a future. Truth is, I was a fool to think anything would change. Now Simone and I barely talk, and Liv, that's even worse. You know what the worst thing for a parent is? To look into your child's eyes and see pity. That's how you know you've hit rock bottom.
我想帮助你和你的家人。
We've been given as much charity as I can stomach. Without the low house, I mean, there's something, but it's a hell of a thing to ask.
您说？
As dark as things are, there are so many good people out there. Simone, my wife, has got a cousin, Milena Exelrod. Truthfully, I never much cared for Milena. But she runs freight, and I know her routes sometimes take her this way. Milena is family. Might be she'd do something for her kin. I'm looking for a job, and I'll do anything. Well, anything legal. Milena's United Colonies, like us, and I know she's got problems of her own with Aquila City.
他对阿基拉城有什么意见？
She clams up the times I've asked. Not even Simone knows. I'm sure she's run afoul of the law somehow. That's kind of how she operates.
行吧，谈谈。
You are an answer to our prayers. Milena called Simone yesterday. I'm pretty sure she's still in the system. Just giving me any hope. It's a lot.
Thanks for the assist. You're welcome to board.
来了。你好。哟，你好。
Oh, if fighting the fleet doesn't get the juices flowing, you're doing it wrong. It's supposed to be safe around here, but Cheyenne has always been just a giant bastard to me. Unless you're a native. In which case, oh my god, I love what you've done with the place.
夏安欣喜怎么会惹上你？
I swear, every time I come through here, something goes to shit. But it always calls me back. Take now. I'm just supposed to be doing some deliveries, and whammo! pirates. Cheyenne's going to get me one of these days.
怎么说？你喜欢打海盗？
No, not one bit. I enjoy surviving fighting pirates.
啊，
Big
行吧。
difference. Ha! I knew it! I knew it! Damon should have told me. Her and Marco are so damned proud. I'd love to help them out. Might be I've got a checkered history with the fine city of Aquila. If you clear up any lingering hard feelings, then I could resume doing business there. I'd set up Stick Up His Ass Marco as my official importer. Then wins all around.
你怎么会被列入黑名单的
I used to do cargo hauls for the mayor, and he got really upset that I might have been carrying more than I ought to. We had some words, maybe one fat lip, not mine. And now I'm persona non grata.
来吧，怎么弄好？
Two paths I see. The trade authorities got a fixer named Tom Starrett. He might be able to facilitate things. Or Mayor Cartwright. God, that windbag. Well, if he'd take a sorry, that would work. Fat chance. Either way, I expect credits will be on the line. On the back end, I could afford to give you a taste of the action.
现在还得自己垫
Not
钱
sure
是吧？
it'll cover the fees.
贸易局可能是更好的选择。
Music to my ears, friend.
都把对面嘴巴抽
Marco
肿了。
doesn't deserve you. But Simone, she's one of the good ones. You square things away. Just let Marco know. Give Elias a kiss if you see him. God, I hate him.
I do jobs for the Trade Authority. There's always something. There wouldn't be a settled systems without the Trade Authority.
我是老干嘛的？
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
来吧，我想让那个米勒娜回来。
Milena wants back? The Trade Authority always likes facilitating business, but she's got a considerable bounty on her. Captains associated with us can land here. I even have some credentials on hand. And wouldn't you know it, the captain's name is blank. If she had set credentials and put her name on them, well, she couldn't land. But if any other name was in there, any name at all, well, I think that might clear it up.
关了机就不关心。
The Trade Authority has a separate arrangement. As long as a hypothetical captain kept a low profile, why she could do business here indefinitely. She should talk with us. We have a lot of common ground.
Good to meet you, friend. Name's Elias Cartwright. I'm the mayor of Aquila City. Now, I've got a memory for faces, and I can't say I've seen yours around here before. I make it a point to introduce myself to everyone who passes through our fine city. As the founder himself once said, there's no substitute for a warm welcome and a friendly smile.
创始人。
Ah, that'd be Solomon Coe, who stuck a shovel in the ground right here over 160 years ago. That first settlement grew to become the city you see today. And let me tell you, it was no small hardship to make that dream a reality.
确实。
Yes, indeed, this place has a proud and noble history. Why, for some of us, it's practically hallowed ground. That's why I like to meet each and every person who comes here, to make sure they know what a special place our city is.
感谢。
You're more than welcome. As I'm sure you know, us folk in the Freestar Collective put great stock in human kindness and generosity of spirit. I like to think that's what sets us apart from our neighbors in the United Colonies. We don't rely on machines or bureaucracy. We rely on each other. I won't pry about what brought you here. That's all of your business and none of mine. However, I'd be more than happy to give you the scoop about the core and Midtown.
那你能让他获得吗？
Milena Axelrod? I wished I'd never heard that name again. She's a menace. She punched me in the face.
Oh.
Can you imagine? Why would you want to let her back here?
他真那么不堪吗？
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, she ran cargo for me for years. I even considered her a friend. But she stabbed me in the back. Well, not
打
literally.
你一拳吗？
But I swore to keep her banned for life. What? Oh, that's terrible. Listen, I feel for the Jansons. If it was just the fisticuffs, I could look the other way. But we caught her smuggling red-handed. She's been blacklisted for good reason. But, legally, if you pay off a bounty, I can't stop her from coming back. but we'll be watching her. I'd like to think that, but I don't think so. Yeah, I hope so. I'm trying to be... I'm glad. I'm still willing to talk. Yeah, I hope so. Well, if you say so. This really is against my better judgment, but fine. She can come back.
你去喝呗。
I need a drink.
你好啊。
Every time I feel queasy asking for help, I remember Liv. It's all for her. Milena contacted me. She's making me her official importer. I'm not sure how much it pays, but I'll take it. You have no idea what you've done.
很有趣。
My problem with her hasn't been whether she's good company,
她真的
but
很
I'll
有趣。
try. I can't wait to tell Simone. This is the first ray of sunshine we've seen in years.
Good work dealing with the
哦，
Shaw
给了我
gang.
不少。
Now let's see if we can find those maps.
Milena's been nice, friendly. I keep waiting for the other shit to drop.
这是什么？抓到了判你当鬼威尔里克·克莱恩沙特。恭喜你，注意到我们的冰箱空了。阿基拉城那么干又那么炎热，你一定很渴。反正我很渴，相信你的朋友们也是。现在摆在你面前的任务就是到城里再去买些啤酒。我知道你能做到，我相信你。快去吧。 粉碎的一切，诺科诺伊这个装置非常不错，但我们也该承认，要是没有新的部件，我们的维修工作将难以持续。我希望它时不时停止运作。我需要一个新的可变形喷嘴，至少一个正常能运作的反应测量仪，还有一些同位素冷却剂来为系统散热。这要求并不过分，也为了这个忠诚的装置，拜托，请找来这些零件。 肖邦欢迎你，斯坎迪亚·威廉姆斯，欢迎来到我们的小营地。虽然看起来不怎么样，但我知道你能在这里找到属于你自己的位置。在这里生活比自由星系守卫摆布强多了，而且阿什塔不会来这里。除了阿基拉城外，这里可是整个星球上最安全的地方了。等我回来，和我一起喝一杯吧。
That's not a problem. And you're springing for the new reactor? It's still under manufacturer's warranty.
Yes. Can I get an invoice?
What'd you need one of those for?
Corporate policy.
Is it okay if I just write it on a notepad?
As long as it's written and signed, it
写在
could be
面
on a
包
loaf
上
of
都
bread.
行。
I wish all the pods worked like Aquila City. No nonsense.
啊，你好，姐妹。
I don't do payment plans or lines of credit, and I don't sell to shady individuals. If you can handle that, your money's welcome here. If you're looking for a weapon, I've got you covered. You turn out to be a troublemaker, though, and I'll report you real quick. Got it?
这里经常有人来闹事。
More than a few, yeah. Unless you're up in the core, life around here ain't easy. Folks
衣服
can
不错。
find their way into all kinds of trouble. I've had no end of desperate souls come through that door in search of a way out. I know it ain't technically my fault when someone buys one of my guns and starts shooting up the town, but still don't feel great about it. Hopefully you ain't one of those kinds.